All right, so here we go. Here we go. Watch. Here we go. Now it's official. It's start, right? So,
how you guys doing tonight?
hey,
Episode 3.
and I thought I would take this opportunity to like get a little structure maybe going, you know?
Sure, why
We're a
not?
little bit all over the place. Got a little feedback from our first two opportunities that we put out, our first two little things. The first one, recap episode 1.
Oh yeah.
Really good. You were local in the house, second floor, testing out equipment.
Yep.
Quick ending, snap ending. Second one, Tommy T split the V, right? You brought him on.
Tommy T splitting the V.
That was really good. That went positive. Again, split cut off. Yep. It was the 420 special. We really didn't discuss any 420 things, or we just left that be there. But
it's always 420, isn't it?
The kids can have 420 and they could do their thing, but in this day and age when you can drive somewhere, buy your weed, it doesn't seem like you need 420 anymore. It used to be like, hey man, we're all gonna get together in Washington Park and fucking and smoke some weed. Do what you want to do. Have fun. If you notice, in a couple of times we were having conversations and I was losing track, and then I was trying to put a credit card number in to get to the professional Zoom account, so that way we didn't get cut off because Tommy was on a roll. And then again, episode 2 and
I mean, it's one of those things where I think you just got to roll with it and expect it. Right now we're rolling into what they call in astrology Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
And during that, it's known that technologies can like go by the wayside, so you never know. You know what I mean? As long as I can retain my beautiful room with this wonderful glass and top of the line chair. Yeah.
You just naturally need to like the space to create your art.
True. True. I mean, everybody needs their space, and it depends where, what it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
How much space you need. You want to paint some pretty pictures, go out in nature. You know what I mean? But you can find beauty in the corner of a room in a painting too.
True.
You can go like, damn, that's a good ass corner.
You can paint your ass in the corner and say, hey, that's a great painted ass in the corner.
That's a great painted ass in the corner. Especially when they have
my face tattooed on the right cheek.
True. And then the other thing was we got some feedback on one of the videos that we posted. And I think the first couple of words, I think the first couple of words was, this is awful. So
thank you so much. I love that. I mean, that's like straight to the heart, but I feel like ultimately it's it's true. So you just got to go with you got to roll with the truth. Well, you can either go down, or you can.
You have to. I mean, how do you spell diarrhea again? Diarrhea, R-H-E-A.
It's a terrible spelling. Diarrhea. It's a diarrhea.
Next.
Actually, it's not diarrhea.
So yeah. So this the actual comment was, I left a dislike. This is truly awful. Ha. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys, which is probably like the hint that we should have said, like, oh, good to see us. So it must be somebody that knew us. Got to make actual content. You'll figure it out. Ha. So some direction, some positive direction, got to make some content.
Content now. Content. Gotta get it somehow.
And I'd like to say to this person, mind your business. We do what we do. For me personally, I don't know how you feel, but I don't give a What do you got? Bring it. Show me what you got.
Exactly. But ultimately,
I understand
Like if you don't consider,
what we're doing content.
then maybe you feel you have the right to say something, but
I don't agree with
the notion that we don't have.
great content. I believe from the very beginning that it just comes across natural. Always got something to say, never got something to prove.
Got something to say.
Rather,
The other thing I wanted to announce is I think that we're going to make Snakefish available for download.
oh yeah, it's
And
our theme song.
You can
It's our
download
theme
it.
song.
I'm thinking you could
Every
download
time
it.
every time you see our episode, it's what you hear.
It'll be available for free, but if you like to donate, you can, and we'll put those funds right back into the Diarrhea Dialectic Trust Me fund that we got going. So we can make maybe some buttons or patches.
Trust me with this.
Or hats. We can make some hats. Maybe we're gonna do some screen prints.
We love this.
We're gonna screen print some diarrhea ass t-shirts. You can also send messages. We got, we need some wise words maybe put on there.
We'll call it the virtual suggestion box.
A virtual suggestion box,
Where should they send that to? What email?
Slip it in the crack. Send it over.
What email?
Diarrhea at gmail.com. Come on, send it over. Gmail. We got the Gmail. We're hip. We're hip. We're down with it.
All right.
Is there anything that will surpass Gmail? I mean, like,
Oh no.
oh no.
Boy.
Just text it to us. I'm not giving my number out though.
All of 732. Do you feel is like it covers shadiness?
Sort of like, hey, I love you. We should be friends. Let's hang out sometimes. Give me your number. 732. Fuck it. I'm sorry, dude. Later. And where does Central Jersey begin?
We were both dispatchers. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, unless you have an absolute need for it on a daily basis, why? Who cares? I mean, I don't know. Would you drink the mud water at my house?
We used to call it Freddy's iced tea with no sugar.
Freddy's iced tea. We'd call it mud water. It's like light. It's not too sweet. It's kind of light.
Yeah.
But super murky, and it looked like there was like flagella growing inside the.
Or you'd be happy when it was full. You'd be like, oh, Freddie just made some fresh mud water.
Oh, dude, I love when he made it fresh. Water filtration.
Hook it up.
What is happening? That is not normal.
Oh. Oh shit! This hasn't been recording.
What?
I'm excited for our guest.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god, I'm tired.
No, that's terrible. You can't say that.
Why? This thing is so boring. If there's somebody still watching at this point, I feel bad.
It's horrible. Oh.
Do you think Michael watched the other episodes and was like, I'm not fucking taking part in that thing? I got too much to lose.
I think that's what's happening. Exactly. I think what's happening is they're going, look at the quality of that. He keeps disappearing. The picture's shit.
Oh, Michael's in the waiting room.
Oh, bring him in. Hold on.
There we go. That's all it is. It's just the name.
Can you hear me?
Where are you, man?
I am in the room. I see you with like a church motif thing in the right. I apologize, dude. It's a crazy day.
It's okay, man. I understand. I know you're a busy guy.
There he is.
Wait, I don't see him.
You don't see him yet? I see him. Still handsome as ever, man.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Nothing, chilling. Hey,
So what have you guys been discussing?
Nothing.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, hold on, dude. There we go.
So I
All
see
right, Mike Ferraro,
Yeah.
Jersey City Navy. We don't know what to do.
Yeah,
so
no,
we're just chilling.
we're just hanging.
So yeah, dude, you texted me. You're like a podcast. I'm like, I had no idea. You didn't mention anything. When
So
did you start?
Diarrhea Dialectic. So me and Scott, we started a little bit ago. We had a episode 0, which like was a total failure, but a success at the same time. And then we did episode 1, which we brought in Tommy T, Split the V. Tom Krause. So brought him in, and we figured that, like you're pretty much like the CEO, the creator and artist behind Gnarly Science.
Yeah.
Just great virtual, comic. And what you started back in like 2017 or something around there, maybe?
Yeah, like 18, I guess technically when I decided to make it a thing, I just started doing I didn't know what to do. Like, long story short, like I had plans for that other project that obviously I talked to you about doing the music for the bands and
Right,
all
right,
that.
right.
It was too ambitious, so I needed content for social media, so I started drawing a little version of myself saying stupid shit and like
Right.
created the
So
twins.
you were like the main inspiration for your own comic in a way, right?
Just the asshole 20 something me. It was like bonehead, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a fun character to fuck around with and make fun of. So that
Right.
the sister to like be the smart, like uh the smart version of me that doesn't even really exist, but like, who I'd
Right,
like to, but I'm just an idiot. So like, yeah.
right.
So
I
I kind
mean,
of
yeah, it's crazy because there's a lot of like 80s influence in it.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That was the other thing. Like the other one was like took place in the future and it was so heavy and dark and like I basically started having like panic attacks working on it. Probably as a result of other stuff, but it didn't help. Like it was like I was constantly in this like dark world and like
Yeah.
so organically it just made sense to go to Gnarly Science because it was fun and 80s and silly and like I just feel so much better about it.
Right. Do you ever feel like you manifested some of the strips from your virtual ideas into like actual three-dimensional reality?
The big story I'm working on, the physical book, like centers around fighting. And the more I've been working on it, the more I realize, like, because it's called Cool It. It refers to the main character has to like calm herself down in these fights, and it's really hard. And I started to realize, like, I'm just working my own anger issues through this. Like, not that I'm like always angry, but you know me, but like,
Right.
I have like a hard time sometimes, like calming down and like focusing on stuff. It's manifesting in that way.
Do you have any like all-time favorite comics that are out?
Oh, well, there's this guy, we follow each other. He does this comic Pink Lemonade. He's based out in Arizona. It reminds me of like indie stuff from like the late 80s, early 90s. This guy, Daniel Clowes, and like it's hard. They made a movie based on one of his books called Ghost World. He just
Okay.
like nails like these the weirdness of people and just like the quirkiness, and I just love that kind of stuff. It's like a lot of it can be like dark comedies and stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. But I was just talking to my brother earlier, like about Life in Hell, Matt
Like in
Groening's.
hell. I remember those were great, man.
That was a big influence from back in the day. Yeah,
They were like weird, they were like odd-shaped little white books
yeah,
with those
like
glossy kind of covers, maybe.
shit. I have one around here somewhere.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
straight size, like a
They were
paper.
awesome. They were great.
Yeah, really
But
cool.
there was all different ones. There was Life is Hell, School is Hell, right? Work is Hell.
Yeah.
With all different crazy things.
Yeah, really like subversive and like you could see where some of that came into The Simpsons for sure.
Right.
How many main characters do you have in your comic series that you do?
Well, with Gnarly Science, it's generally been like the two twins, the stoner girl, goth girl, like roughly like 4 or 5 that would pop up a lot. With the bigger story, it'll be them plus like a bunch of others. Like
Awesome.
so, yeah, it should be really fun. The whole like dojo of goth witches. So there'll be like at least 5 of them, all new characters.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, they fight with magic and shit.
For those who don't know, I actually, as long as I know Scott, I actually know Michael. We were neighbors, and I
When-
remember back then us drawing all the time. That was like one of our favorite pastimes was drawing. And I remember you were really into like Garfield hardcore too for a while. Like you were
Oh, dude, cats in general. Like,
cats in general. I remember Felix the cat you were huge into.
I feel like I missed like I think I'm like too old for like the furry generation or whatever. Like, I probably would have been a furry if I was born like in 2000 or something, because I was like back then that was the closest. Like, I was obsessed with being a cat. Like, I was
I
completely.
remember.
I loved every cat. Felix, Heathcliff, Lion-O. It didn't matter. Like, dude, I love them all.
I think I remember watching that on your TV, the big console TV on the floor.
Oh yeah, dude, the wood is like a piece of furniture, you know.
You had the early Jersey City cable called WHT. Do you remember that?
I had WHT.
Home
You had
theater.
WHT, Scott?
I had WHT. You had to get like a special antenna and put it on top of your roof, and it
Oh,
one box, right? One box with one dial.
dude, I'm so thrilled to have a fellow Mecco theater person.
It would play like Dress to Kill, I feel like, over and over again.
I've been watching like the commercials on YouTube just to get like a little taste of the WHT. They play like, you know, like Raiders of the Lost Ark was big on there, like Tootsie, Kramer versus Kramer, stuff like that.
I feel like I
Yeah.
remember them always playing Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yes.
Dude, that was the first place I saw a video. The first video I ever saw was David Bowie's China Girl. And it was like late at night. I snuck out of my room, and that just happened to be on. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Are you taking Gnarly Science next?
Like I said, I've just been trying to like work on the physical book to
The
like
physical book, right?
to crowdfund it. Like, I haven't been putting like strips online in a while because I just can't do both. So that's why, if you notice, I've been doing like the sketches and the little videos. Like, I would sketch things here and there, but in the last couple months, it's just been all on sketchbooks. Some of them I'll like simply take a picture of and like bring it into one of my digital programs and like ink it digitally.
Nice.
So it's like a mix.
Yeah.
Like the sketching though, right? On the books better, or the virtual, or it doesn't matter, it's the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I had done digital so long, so I got used to it, and obviously convenient, and all the color choices, and you can fix things very quick and all that. But obviously there's just something about the physical, like holding the pencil on the paper. Like, you can't beat that in a way, you know. I'm not like trying to be down on digital. It's just that ideally I would love to do it the old school way, like guys just, you know, people just, again, like big sheets of paper, pens, pencils, inks. I'm not skilled enough to do that quickly. It's already taken me forever digitally. Like, if I was going to attempt to do it the old school way, it would be like 20 years of like trying to finish this book. You know, the same applies to, I guess, music in a way. Like, yeah, Herb was telling me that, Herb, you like didn't do anything digital with those songs you showed me, right?
He's doing it through a soundboard, and he used to have it going into a like tape machine. Tape machine was slowing down just recently, so he got some unit, and then he has that going into a computer that's going into 2 tracks.
Okay.
So essentially, and he's not really.
Yeah, that's really see.
But it's mostly analog, right?
Yeah.
Part of my day spent arguing over AI art, and then it got.
It's crazy. It's kind of funny though. It's like funny in ways, and terrifying at the same time that it's funny to me.
Well,
like, I don't know. It's chilling.
What made me think of it, I was talking to Mark about it, and he brought up how he sees similarities with like the way people accept auto-tune, where like it's a fabrication. Because I brought up like the vocoder thing that, like, you know, McMars use, or like.
You're talking about the Healy talk box. I think he used the vocoder is more the. Do you believe? That's it. Which is what everybody uses now, though. And it's like correcting the notes, like you're playing a fucking piano.
But yeah, that's a choice, like an artistic choice.
Yeah.
I hate that with anything. I hate when somebody always has one thing on their voice. Like, I don't know, after a while it just becomes too much.
Yeah. I just never thought of it like, you know, in the way that Mark was describing of how like people just know it's fake and they're fine with it. I guess, but I don't know. My thing is like you go back decades, like producers were always using whatever technique to improve something or cut corners or I don't think it's exclusive to like the modern era or modern technology. Like, oh, wait, is this live?
No.
I wasn't sure. I only
No.
thought about it before. I'm like, shit. Like, I've been wanting to do something like this too. When you texted, it was weird because I had thought about having you on like the little videos I do, but there was a point I was putting on like 15-minute videos on YouTube. You've done things like like I fucking scribble shit. Like so like I thought about having you to like talk to you about the stuff you've done. But also like in the sense that like of us growing up together and like even something like Maxwell's. Like I've seen you play at Maxwell's multiple times. Like
Yeah, you went a bunch.
obviously gone and like it's a legendary place and
Yeah.
it might have been a year ago or something. I saw that there's a Nirvana show at Maxwell's on YouTube, and that just blows my mind. Like that they were playing there like in '89.
Right, exactly.
You know,
And
so
the fact that I was over, you know, we were like right in the area. We could have went, but we had no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least I had no idea at the time.
yeah.
Why don't you? How can you tell people to find you? Where's the best place for them to find your work?
Oh, me. Definitely Instagram / gnarly comic.
Okay.
It's so weird. Like when I first started doing gnarly science, it was gnarly _science, and underscores is just the worst. I don't know why people
Right.
still use. I kind of just I think it generated mine like that.
Okay.
Then it just had I would tell people about it and they would like I feel like they were messing up the underscore, so gnarly comic just was easier, you know.
Well, I do have a question about New Jersey and like legalization of weed and like the fact that I know I've seen things in your
yeah.
in your comics before. Does it make it like easier for you to just like let your characters take
Did you feel more pressure in the beginning?
Well, the interesting thing is, from my perspective, I thought like, all right, at the time, I mean, of course, like everyone and their brothers been smoking weed forever, but or it was legal, it still had a feeling of like a little taboo. Then now it's like it doesn't. The whole idea of like the girl running a smoke shop, like Gnarly Science is the lab / smoke shop that she runs.
Okay, yeah.
So it just feels more common now. Like even years, like it's just like, which is cool. So from what you're saying, yeah, like it's yeah, I hope it's like more accepted or like people don't see it as much of. I do think about it. I just did a sketch with one of my Sonar Girl character with the robot bong floating.
Right.
And I do sometimes wonder if certain people think it's weird or I don't know. I don't have a gauge on how people react to things on social media. Social media seems like you can see the craziest shit,
Right.
and then like, these like neo-Puritans that like clutch pearls at the smallest thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a reflection of life but I just feel like I see that a lot.
How are the responses you get? Do you have to deal with a lot of haters?
I don't think I'm like big enough to really have to fend off too many haters. Like every once in a while, like someone will say something and I'll respond. And I'm usually just polite, even if they come at me really hard. Like every once in a while, if someone's like, "Oh, your shit sucks," or "This is this," I'm just like, "Show me yours," you know, or give me tips if you're the expert, stuff like that. Where I'm like, I don't want to attack anyone or like, you know, or get too sensitive about criticism. So I just kind of work it that way.
I don't want to make you jealous, but we have one comment and it's negative. So we are at 100% negativity.
We're always positively negative. We appreciate you joining, dude.
Well, just let us know if you ever want to be canceled. Just come back on. You know.
You just something really quick.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Country. Look, he has Nightmare on Elm Street 3 behind him. Oh, I'm your boyfriend. Yes, for now, Nancy. I'm your boyfriend now. That's right. I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. Why did they never hear it? Tongue tied? Was it Timmy? Was it Timmy or Tommy? The mute guy. Joey. What's the matter, Joey? Tongue tied.
What's wrong? Joey feeling tongue-tied?
Oh, man. What, Nightmare on Elm Street? It's part 3, the best one. Me.
Skin the cat.
You mentioned extra. Remembered, I found this El Vento's menu.
Holy shit,
God.
dude! What? Where do you have? How do you have that?
Dude, it's just like
Did your dad like El Ventos?
he liked it. I think my mom
Was
was
more of a Pompeii guy. Wasn't there a Pompeii right down there on West Side that everybody liked?
You ever think of like animating what you do and then like adding some like music to it, making music videos with your characters or anything like that?
that was the initial plan. Like I was saying earlier, like my old project involved like it took place in the future, post-apocalyptic thing, and it centered around like 3 bands. And my idea was that like, you know, you read the comic and then there'd be like a soundtrack with each of the bands. And I even made little animated videos with music, nothing crazy. Again, it's just so much work, but yeah, I love that idea for sure. I'm taking some of those bands and bringing them in, so I still want to, even for like maybe one of the crowdfunding tiers, like have like a couple cassettes made with like a song or 2 on as like a single, obviously as like a novelty.
Single, man. A gnarly comics single.
If Mayo touched it, I am down. I am out.
You were huge on spiced ham.
Was I? I feel like I'm in like therapy. Do you remember that like Rolling Stone article with Axl Rose where he talked about like going to like regressive therapy and he found out he was abused and all that? Dude, that's how I feel right now. I feel like you're like bringing back these like long pressed memories of spiced ham and mayo and God.
So Michael, tell us about your spiced ham sandwich.
And what the fuck are we talking about, man?
All right, fellas, let's wrap this up. How you want to wrap it up, man?
Well, let's wrap it up with saying Jersey City.
The name of it again?
Diarrhea Dialectic.